Okay. G'day, how you going? Ian Appelis here, your acrylic guru. Welcome to my live tutorial here. This is a painting I did about 7 years ago, back in 2013. I think it's tutorial hashtag number 4. One of the first moons I've done. I'll bring you over here and show you what it is, but I'm going to redo it again, like 7 years later, just to see what kind of difference we come up with, okay? So, and while I bring you over here as well, I'll bring up the chat there so I can acknowledge some of you people. So I'll just talk, that's the painting there, okay? And we'll just, let me just refresh this page so I can bring it up. Here we go, because I just want to put the links in the description below. So as they'll be all there for you as well, and I could see who's in the room there, how many people are here. Oh wow, we got one person watching so far. Let me just go to the settings here so I can just put the links in the description below, and then we can get going, okay? Where do I go? Paste that. There we go. All right, Nelly. So this painting I did there that you see on the screen now, that's one I did back in December 2013. And it was one of my very first ones that I've done. And so what's that make it, about 7 years ago? And we're just going to see now just how different my art's changed from then. This is pretty much one of my very first ones that I filmed. Not one of my first paintings, but one of the first ones that I filmed back in when I was doing it. All right, so I'm just going to move this window now across to my bigger screen just so I can see what people say. There we go. Good stuff. We got, hello Chrissy. We got a couple of, now this is not a time I normally come on. I'll get some paints ready now. So I've got a different caddy as well. I'll get them over there. I've got everything ready. Everything. So I'm going to do it on my normal canvas. The size of the canvas will be in the links below, in the description below, once I've finished being live. So if you're watching the replay, the colours I used and the size of the canvas will be below there as well. And this is, I did this on a canvas panel back in the day, and there's one of my tags that I put on the back of my paintings. And yeah, it's not too bad. So we're going to go for that again. So I've got my template for the moon and the appropriate size. Now make yourself these. You can make them out of paper and they're disposable, or this is out of acetate, which is cleanable and reusable. So, and I've made different sizes just with a box cutter and a box cutter knife and a Milo tin, coffee tin, a cup, anything like that. So I can put this back out the way so we don't get all paint splattered on it. And we're probably going to want, actually I'll use it as a reference because it's going to be my reference picture. So I'll kind of put it down there. We want our horizon's going to be a bit under half. So I'll grab my pencil here just so as we can get roughly about there. I want the horizon low, okay, so about there. Nice pencil low. This one I've had for quite a few years. My son Nicholas, the one that lives in Manchester, bought me that. He loves buying comical things like that for his father. Great kid, love him, miss him dearly. He's all the way over there in Manchester, England. And I don't think I'm ever going to get him back. I want him back here with his father. All right, now before I get painting, I'll just see who's there. We've got 24 people there. So who we got? We've got Electra, Barry Radburn. G'day, Barry. We've got Chrissy, we've got RSJ, we've got Yvonne, we got Wygolo, we got Julie, and anything there? Pencil is massive, yes. Pencil's quite a big one. All right, so without further ado, we will get on with this painting. So we've got a sky in this. So as normal, I'm going to get some of my craft paint and put down there just so as I can get some kind of sky mixed up. And I don't want too much retarder in this because it's not going to have many clouds in there, so I want a bit of retarder. Some people in my group are asking, is retarder the same as a medium? Retarder is a medium. A medium is something you're going to add to that canvas, to your painting, whether it's charcoal, paint, whatever. It is a medium, and it's a medium that slows down the drying time. This white craft student paint I put here is acrylic student poster paint, craft paint. I call it Flow White. It's easy to write that down in my descriptions, that's why I call it Flow White. And it flows like runny yogurt. So we've got our horizon about here. So I just want the sky for now. So I want to get all this pushed into my canvas. This is my last canvas panel I've got, the last one. I've got to make more. So I've got that all in there. Get it right in there. And now I just want to brush it. It's important to do this, to brush it nice and neatly across, left and right. Okay. Now why did I grab phthalo blue? Oh yeah, phthalo blue. I want dioxazine purple. We want some dioxazine purple. Now I've got to wipe this rag. So over here is a, I'll bring this towel over somewhere so it's closer. There we go. Now I've grabbed the phthalo blue, but I didn't grab dioxazine purple, so I'll grab some of the dioxazine purple and phthalo blue because it's a night sky, so I'm going for a darker, deeper blue. Is that phthalo blue? Yeah. So I'll grab some of that out of there, just like that. Now this is not having no retarder in there, okay? That one did. It's all I needed. This is going to sit on top of that, and that white paint is going to dull it down a bit as well. Crisscross it into that canvas, get it crisscrossed right into there. Yeah, I remember doing this years ago. I was a lot more younger and better looking for me days back then, but years have gone by. Things change. Right, there's me sky. Now there's a bit of white bright around here. That's where the moon's going to be, so that's worked out quite perfect actually to get some glare for where the moon's going to go. So we haven't buggered around too much there. We just got that on there, pretty straightforward. Now I'm going to wipe that rag again. And then I'm going to add some dioxazine purple. Can never find clear. I have the milky white blend. Well, order it online if you can never find what you're looking for in your capital city. Everything's always available online. Who we got there? Bloody Nora, they can't even get my notifications, says Ange Young. You're having trouble with notifications, aren't you there, Ange? Now I'm picking up some dioxazine purple because this colour, I used to use this colour and the phthalo blue a lot of times back in my early days of filming, you know. I'm just looking at my painting there. I want the top of this dark, mainly across here, okay? So we'll come over there, crisscross it into those corners. I've crisscrossed it into that corner and those blues. Now watch what I do. The tip of this paint now has bugger all paint on it. It's a synthetic one from the hardware, but that's got bugger all paint. And I can control with this snotty cheap brush. See if I add it on its side, it's putting a lot of paint down, or down here it's going to have hardly anything. And I'm just going to easily blend that into the blue and then start doing this. There we go. Get that in there. I'm just trying to wash that bit in the middle away a bit. Tell you what, it's a bit hard with the lights on. I'm not used to painting at night time. It's about 7:30 in the evening here. Oh, there we go. I was just about ready to stop and I went and put a mark in the middle of it. Okay, so I'll get that out of there. crisscross it to get it out. There we go. All right. Now, I'm going to grab my toothbrush because it's a night sky and I wouldn't mind some stars in there, okay? So we're going to grab some water. That flow paint that I had in the beginning of the painting, I'm going to pick up some of that just in the tip of my toothbrush and put it with water. Just in the tip. You don't want it clogging up all the teeth of the brush, otherwise it's hard to flick out. And this will flick, whoa. This will flick quite controllable over the painting there. Yeah, watch this. Across the top in the darker section mainly. Don't worry about coming too low down. And if you want a concentrated area, you can. Now look how easy that was with the nice consistency of white paint on there. I can keep going like that till the cows come home, see? All right, that's all I need for that. And we can put some titanium white down there just for some, you know, space clouds, space mist, night misty clouds. I'm trying to use the rest of my white paint here, so let's see if I can get that out there like that. There you go. Got him. Got him. Now we need a blending brush. Let's grab a blending brush there, Mr. Eenie Barberini. We'll grab a brush to put it on. So I've got one from the hardware store. This is so flat across there. Very flat. See how flat it is? That's what helps me blend the way I blend. You find that in a blending brush in your hardware store, you can't go wrong. All right, now we'll just come up here. Now we're just putting the clouds on. There we go, we're putting them on. Oh, bloody hell, I forgot to move the camera, aren't you joking? All right, my moon's going to be about here, so I want something maybe over here. Watch how I just do some space mist. Just get something maybe there dribbling down. And something, well, we've got the stars there. We don't want to distort those. Just about there. And we want to turn this into mist. So I'm going to turmoil it. Watch. Just twist it, bend it backwards and forwards and fold it past and everywhere on itself. And look what it does. It looks fantastic in real life. It's just a bit of something in our sky. Yeah, it's warm here, isn't it, Barry? Yeah, what have we got there? Selena. G'day, Selena. Well, I can't spell this morning. That doesn't matter. We all know what you mean. I might put a little bit more there, so I need to clean that brush just because I want to feel artistic in this remake of this painting. Okay, so I'll get a bit more maybe here, just coming off the edge. So I'm going to stamp it on. And these movements I did with the blending brush, that's kind of what I do with this as well. I'm just fumbling around. See? That'll do. I don't want to get carried away. You need a rag constantly. Now look how easy this is going to be. That's just stamped on there. This is all wet from that flow white and retarder. Grabbing a nice flat brush from the hardware, stick it on there, turmoil, twist, stop, see what's on the brush, wipe it. Look what come off on the towel there, look at it. You don't want to just transfer it into different places over your painting. You want to control where it goes. I like the way this is bright, so it's sort of in front of that bit that I put on before. It's put layers there. We've got some in the dioxazine purple there. Nothing is just shaped with a hard edge. That's fine, we can leave it like that. I just want to get rid of that bit there. That's it. Now we're going to dry that, and then we're going to put our moon on there. We can't put the moon on yet because it is, what do you call it? Oops, what do you call it? Where are we? yeah, the template won't fit on there. It's wet. So I'm going to just dry the area where the moon's going to go. I'll see if I can read some comments here. I use a toothbrush. Gets all my paint out. Good stuff. Rizzy, yeah. Christine Baker. Hello, Christine Baker. I made it into a live. Excited. Good stuff. What have we got there? 50 people watching. Don't be shy to give the thumbs up. Check out the links in the description below. There's quite a few there to knock your socks off. Check out my merchandise, a bit of merchandise. I've ordered some of that, so when it comes in the mail I'll be able to show you in person what it looks like. Alright, we're getting that done so far. It's looking good. I'm not worried too much about the bottom. There we go. I'll just rehydrate myself with some water. Not water, hydrolyte. Okay. What do we need? I'm going to just dampen that in case I need it some more. I don't want it to skin up. Now you're also going to need a kitchen sponge. So many different types of kitchen sponges, but I use the one with the fine pores in them, something like this. And I've got a packet of these from just a $2 shop even. You'll be surprised if you're into your art, go inside a $2 shop and have a look around and you'll be surprised what little gadgets you can find, okay? Where are we up to there? Missing coffee. Yeah, it's night time. If I have coffee, I'll probably be awake all night. Let's come back over here. I'll just get rid of that screen there so you don't have to get haunted by that. Now we need our template, and I want it about there. So I'm going to get some tape on here. Bear with me a moment. I'll get a bit on there first just so I can start it off. I'm not sure where I'm going to have it. Alright, get on there you. Now we want our moon. Where do you want your moon, Ian? I want it about there because I'm going to have a row of, so I'll have it pretty much flush with the top there. That's cool. I'm going to have a choppy row of clouds. I can remember clearly like it was yesterday when I painted this painting, and I can even remember saying when I was doing the clouds, if you're happy and you know it, paint a cloud. I used to sing that song at Sunday school, but it was worded differently. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. All right, that's on there okay. We've got our sponge, and like my original, see how I've got it? It's not a full moon. I want it sort of fading to nothing here. So I want to try and create the same look. I was quite happy the way that one turned out. So we'll try and get that look. Okay, so we'll get this over there like that. And now we're going to first wet the sponge. And where are we? Oh, I want a bit of grey too. I've almost forgot to put the grey down. So I'll get some grey down on the board there. There we go. Good stuff. How long have we been going for? 18 minutes, that's fantastic. I don't know if you can hear, but my son Reese is racing on eSport Formula 1 with all the big fellas. He's doing quite well. I'll just give you a quick little sticky beak. There he is down there. And he's just racing all the big fellas there on Formula 1, whatever it is. There's his setup down there. Okay, that's what he does when he's not singing. Okay, let's get down here. And I want to give it a bit of, just a touch of blue. That's the colour of the sky, so I want to use that. Get that on there, just like that. And I want to pretty much prime the area where I want the moon to be. And obviously the moon's closest to us in front of the stars. I'll just grab my glasses. Now I think I've got it a bit higher than what I normally want it, but anyway. Come over to there to like a point, get a bit more. There we go, I'm liking that. This is pretty much, there we go, like that. Get a bit darker there, yeah. Dance it through. You don't want a hard line there, you want a sort of a gradient line. How are we going there, Ian? I'm happy with that. Happy with that. Now I'm going to pick up the grey down here. It's going to mix with that blue, which is fine. Look at your sponge, because if you just dab it and think you could have just a daub there and nowhere else. You've got to, when you're loading a sponge, it's important to look at where the paint is on the sponge. In my early days, I thought I loaded it up, and which is where your finger pushes through. You've only got a bit there. Now this is just getting it ready to highlight what we're doing here. So we're going to get some of this back from there. It's mixing with that blue, which is fine. And it's coming back this way. Mix it with that blue now all the way over. This is such an easy, fantastic way to do the moon. I did it this way back 7 years ago as well, this way. I don't know if any other people, I know a lot of other artists paint moons. I'm not sure if they use stencils like this as well, templates or not, but for a beginner, it is a great way to accomplish a moon. See, now we're getting that grey sort of vibe going, the vibe of it all. All right, there we go. All right, now I'm going to turn the sponge around and use the other bit. But before I do, I just want to maybe just take my time, get some more, maybe some grey in there, just a bit more grey around the body here. There we go. This will make all the difference in the world. This is what I'm doing here. I don't want to sponge it all into nothing. There we go. Now I'm going to turn the sponge around. Wet your paint a little bit, and we'll get that white now. Wet the sponge and load the sponge up. There we go. Beautiful, mate. Now how we got it on that one? Oh yeah, it's a bit like that. I'm just sneaking little looks at the other one. Love your moons, Ian. Thank you very much, Ange. Oh, I'm going to have to go left-handed. I want on there. Oh, look at that. See what happened? I'll turn that around and try and get rid of that. Bit of a boo-boo there, but we'll fix that up. Beautiful. Now we'll come back here and we're pretty much getting a white edge on it, and this will have the slightest highlight on that right-hand side of the moon. But before I do, I just want to grab my finger and put maybe some, where's some of that grey there? I'm fading that. This is optional. And getting some of this in there. Like crater type stuff. All right. Now I'm going to pick up some more paint, and I just want a very bright highlight now on this side here. If I can pull it off. Just a bit here and there. And sort of pull bits of it just in here a little bit. just bits of it. Follow this procedure, you'll never be able to do a bad moon again. How's that looking in there? All right, I'm going to get the sponge. I'm not liking some of these weird marks, so I'm going to get the sponge that way and try and just soften them up a bit. There we go. And you can also use your finger again, just to deliberate some of those movements there. Pull it off. Now it's exactly the way I wanted it. I'm going to turn this around over there because I just need to quickly wash this sponge and this template out, otherwise it'll die on me. So it needs to be washed pretty much straight away. You at home, you can obviously don't have to rush to do this. You can just take your time at a table there. Now I'm just looking at the moon from here. It's pretty good. I'm going to put you watch what I do. I'm going to put a choppy row of clouds at the bottom to sink it back and give it a bit more finesse. Now we'll get this wiped as well, just so it's not going to be all gluggy. And this acetate's like that plastic film they have in school folders and university folders. That's good for cleaning. There we go. And that can just sit on the towel and dry. Or if you use a paper one, it's just a disposable one. You use it for that painting only and you're pretty much done. Okay, we'll come back around here. I'll just dry my hands so I haven't got water all over them. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, what do we do now, Ian? What can we do now? Oh, we'll put that choppy row of clouds and then we'll put our mountain hillside and something in there. Thank you very much, Robert. Hello, Zeljaka. Nat paint, that's so cool. I love this. Thank you very much, Nat. I'll tell you what, I had a look at your channel, Nat. Very good, it's such lovely and pleasant to watch. I can see you going on a professional path in your early days of your channel. It's very good, clear, precise. Fantastic to see, I love it. Now, our choppy row of clouds, what the hell is that? A bit of star, don't worry about it. We need a bit of, what do you call it? I'll get some retarded white paint down here. So it's the craft paint with retarder in it. I'm pretty much, oh actually, I better get a bit more because we got the bottom half to do now, haven't we? I can't remember how I did me painting back to 7 years ago, but this way should work. Okay, a bit more retarded. Don't need too much when you're blending water. I mainly use a lot when I'm blending skies. You've seen me prepping a sky. The last live I did how to paint realistic clouds. Give that a bit of a flogging. Give me brush a severe flogging. Now we can get this. We're going to paint the bottom half, okay? Don't worry about the horizon line. It's going to be covered by a choppy row of clouds and some distant, simple distant hills. This is a simple but effective painting for beginners out there. So pretty much I'll get the bottom all primed up and come up to the height that we want to go, which is about somewhere here. Just about there, said the bear. A little bit higher. Okay. All right. Get all that in there. Now, what water did I have in the other one? I kind of had bluey black water. I don't want bluey black water in this. I'm going to do something different. I've got a, it's the same brand. Oh, get out of there. It's the same brand as my craft paint, but it's in a tub. And it's just a turquoise. This is probably a student quality, this one, but it's good pigment. That's plenty for now. Let's see how we go with that. I'll pick up some of that. I'll wipe the brush first, get the bulk, and we'll get some sort of just water going there. Some of that, I'm picking up some of the dioxazine. There you go, you dickhead. I better put the camera up there. Getting some of the dioxazine down there, get some more turquoise on there. We've just got our water going. It's a nighttime watercolour. And then just pull it across. Simple but effective, okay? Very simple. Very simple. Now we want to grab our white paint. So we're going to grab some titanium white again because we've run out down here. You're doing brilliant for a live performance. Well done, says Linda Douglas. Golly, Linda Douglas, I like your last name because that's my middle name, Ian Douglas. Ian Douglas. Right, I'm picking up some, what am I doing? Got carried away there with Linda Douglas, didn't I? My golly. Your last song, beautiful, sung Reese. Yeah, Reese ain't here now, he's gone out. All right, we've got our moon, so we're going to pretty much get some of that established within the water, just like that, the body of it. Pick up a bit more if you can. Yeah, just like that. Something simple. I know for a fact I did it different in my video I did years ago, but I'll do this one this way. Did Reese win his race? I'll have to ask him. Did you win that race, Reese? Oh, he started 28th. He had 2 crashes and managed to come second. But normally he's always in the top 3. There we go. Don't muck with it too much. We've just got some blur of, what do you call it? Moon reflecting there. Now we want to get our toothbrush again. Of course it's a low moon. Try not to get this shimmer. This is the light shimmering on top of the water from the moon. Shimmering, the shimmer. This is just a quick, easy, simple way to add that bullshit effect to your paintings, you know? That'll do it. That's good enough. When you're back from a distance, it looks bullshittingly good. Now, let's not muck around. Let's get this brush cleaned over here. I've got a dirty tub of water there. And now I've got another tub here to rinse it in. Can you see that? Not really, you can only see my bare feet. Well, back up here, not to worry. We're going to go for some more white now because we're going to do that choppy row of clouds I was talking about. Hopefully I can get them in there. Everything's a bit dry. Okay, so we're going to just... I'll do a bit at a time because everything's a little bit on the dry side. Oh, Reese just put a comment in there, so there you go. And what do we have? A choppy row of clouds. So we're going to start from about here. Chibbity chop, chibbity chop, chibbity chop. Right in front of that moon. Sit that moon back. Sit it back. Okay. I'll come to about there for now. Get that out of the way. Grab a blending brush. Is this one still good? Yes, I'll use the same one I used. I'm not worried about the water here very much because I'm going to have a row of islands there, and that's why I did a bit at a time because my paint's dry. Look at it. It's not blending as easy as it did when I did all this over there, okay? but we're getting there. We're going to bring it down to the horizon there. There we go, we just got it. That's why I'm doing a little bit at a time. And then I'll add some yumminess to that. Okay, we'll grab a bit more, a little bit more. Choppy row of clouds, a little bit at a time. That's just because it's dried on us. Bringing it from halfway, a bit over halfway, down to nothing. Down to nothing. Wipe your brush as you go. Tickle the tops just a tad of a little bit, like that. Bring it down there. Yeah, they're looking all right. Now I've got to wash that brush again. This is important, so I'm going to bloody show you, right? Got a couple of tubs of water here. Look how dirty that one is. It's like soup, all right? My brush is filthy. It goes in that one first, okay? And I bring it up on the side of the jar to see how clean it's coming, okay? And I've got two here. They're both the same. These are just rinsings. And there, that brush is clean as a baby's bottom, okay? Clean as. All right. And then you just dab it dry, or like on that paper towel like you saw me do there, which you didn't see because the camera wasn't in the right spot. And we're ready to pick up some more white paint. It's uncontaminated. I've got to bloody hurry up because this painting's drying. So back up here, and we'll come across here. There we go. If you're happy and you know it, paint a cloud. There you go. Let's quickly blend that down to buggery. Hope my hand isn't in the way. Quickly get it down to there, to the water. There we go. And tickle the tops a little bit, just here and there, just to get rid of any deliberate marks so it looks natural as possible. I've got another smaller fan brush I'm going to use just to put some yumminess in them now, because they look fine, but you watch what the yumminess does. It adds that bullshit effect to your work. Say about here somewhere. And let's get a smaller blending brush. And you'll want to just sit that down but leave the vibrancy there. You all know this by now, the regular viewers. Look what that does. Just so you haven't got this faded bit just all on its own, it's broken up with some, well, like I call it, yumminess. It's given the clouds their shape. That's all we'll do for the clouds here. And a bit more. All right, there we go. We're ready for the islands now. I'm just looking here, can any of that be done, or is it dried? No, it's pretty much dried. Okay, not to worry. I can go in there. So grab yourself a, I'll use this one here. It's just a flat filbert, and we'll get some, you know, the phthalo blue that we had. Just using the phthalo blue, I'll grab some more because it's gone a bit rubbery down there. I've got to have the aircon in here tonight because it's quite warm in Perth today. Okay, so we're going to grab some of this and lighten it up. We'll do about 2 or 3 layers of this, okay? Oh my God. Let's get some of this one in here. That one's better. Get enough of it. Come on, get a bit more in there. There we go. Nice. Now we just want to put a simple row of mountains. Let's say here. Keeps your clouds, so try not to destroy too much of your clouds, just like this. Okay, I should have dried it. Make sure if you're following this tutorial, you dry your work before you put this next section on. So we're just putting something there. I'll dry this once I've put this layer on, just so we can get the darker one on there. There we go, looking good. come up here off the page. I like coming up off the page. There we go. Now we'll dry that. It looks a bit stupid and snotty at the moment, but don't worry. We'll bring it home here. G'day Bruce, how are you matey? Robert, g'day Robert. Robert, who was that? Robert Flampson. How you going, Robert Flampson? I'm just trying this so I can put the next layer on without hurting. There we go. I don't know if you can hear me over that hairdryer. I'm pretty sure you can. Okay, now we're going to pick up the phthalo blue on its own. Alright, so we'll mix it around a bit. We've got some of that lighter colour there, so I'm just mixing it through so it doesn't show up. I want a bit of dignity in our work, hey? Rightio, rightio, rightio. Now we're going to put the other row of mountains in, and they can sort of come from off the side there, and they can jangle a bit over that if you want, just kind of sinking that other one down. Just like come up a bit every now and then. Get that top edge nice and sharp. So there's obviously, whatever view this is, you're a long way away, and it must be such a beautiful view. Be good if there was a place like this in the world in real life, wouldn't it? Now we'll bring this pretty straighten it up. This is basic. You can put whatever mid-ground you want here. This is just what I did in my video back in the day. And then we'll just finish it off with a bit more in front of this. I'm just like fine-tuning it with my brush strokes here, just because I feel like it. Okay, we're getting there, we're getting there. How's it looking? Okay, now just to finish it off, we are going to put, I better grab it, eh? It'll help if I grab it, some carbon black. Okay. So I'll put the lid on that for a minute. Come down here, get rid of these brushes, and we'll put some carbon black onto the palette. And I'm going to dry that again because I don't want it scratching up. So bear with me a minute. Oh, you're welcome, Robert. It's good that you can catch me live. Anyone that's the first time here, check out the links in the description below. There's a link to all the videos I have on YouTube. I've got quite a few there, well over 250 videos there. And there's a lot of tutorials that can help a beginner out, advanced beginners as well. Now I'm just picking up, I didn't even have the camera up there, but I just blow dried up there. I was looking at the comments. Now this is just the black, so I'll grab my bullshit stick here just so we can get a bit of levelness on there and a bit of water in there so it's a bit more transferable. And I just want to get this last bit finessed up, okay? So we've got the moon behind everything where it should be. Get that a bit higher, let's say about there, said the bear. Now I want the bottom reasonably level with this, so we'll just get him reasonably level. Oh, what happened? I forgot to refresh me page there. Bear with me a moment, people. I'm just refreshing the computer here. Come on. There we go, bang. Is it gonna be, yes, there we go. I better stay on that side so if you don't refresh it, what do you call it? Screensaver comes on, I can't see what you're saying. Or I can't see my monitor there to remind me if my camera's up or down. There we go, we've got that reasonably straight, and then we'll just shape it up a bit. So getting a bit more. This can be trees if you want. I'm going to do it like trees actually. Get my noggin out the way. Where are you? There you go. This will be like more visual trees. So obviously you can see the closer you come to the person or the camera, it gets darker. So we're going along. I could have used me, where are you? I'm picking up my flat cat tongue filbert because that does good canopy tops for trees. Yeah, that's a bit better. Come over there a bit. And what I'm going to do, where the moon is, just for the art's sake, I'll put a little bit of glare there as well, okay? It must be late there, Ian. No, it's only 8:15 in the evening where I am. It's not too late. Hey, Reese, do you feel like putting the kettle on before you...
Do you want iced coffee instead?
Why, where's the nice coffee?
I saw one in the fridge out there because I've got to start my race in a second.
Oh no, I drank that today. You would have saw that yesterday.
Do you have any cold drinks you want?
There's a hydrolyte in there. Grab me that. All right, just around here, I want to put a bit of highlight there, so I'll dry it a bit. You're welcome, Angelica. You're very welcome. Geez, I'll have to have a drink too, says Angela. What's with 2 sugs? Thanks, Reese. Oh, white with 2 shugs. Yeah, no, he can't make his father a coffee. He's got to quickly get in there and get ready for the next race because it's live and everyone's got a certain window they can get into. So now what I'm doing, I'm just getting a bit of grey. Okay, I've just mixed it with some of the white. Just so where the moon is, we can get some kind of brightness there, just for the art's sake, just around this area. Now there's so much you can do to this painting. You can put rocks in the front.
There you go, Father.
Put it down there somewhere out the way. There we go. How's that? Yeah, you can even probably, you know what, because it's moonlit, I think it's going to look better. I'll zoom in a little bit there. Just all the way along this bit. Because there's a bloody big moon. And I'm just periodically giving some shapes of shrubs and trees out there. Pretty simple stuff. And that's quite artistic for the painting, I think. That does it justice. I think there, yeah, look at that. It looks distant, it looks graciously great. Now, I'm not going to do it in this one, but you can put a jetty here. You can put some foreground rocks there. You can put anything you want. Absolutely anything. The choice is yours when you do something like this. Let's pull back a bit. Better for Hun away. Where are we? I'm going to whack a frame on it, but before I do, always got to sign your work, I reckon. I reckon it's good at most times. Sometimes I don't get to do it, but I think it's good at times to actually see the actual artist signing the work. So if someone's ever got it, they can go back to my YouTube channel and watch the thing being created and watch the authenticity of the signature. So we'll put it about here. And please check out the links in the description below. And I want to thank everyone that supports my content. The people that buy my art really helps me in my studio here very much. Okay, I'll put Steve's paw print on it. Okay, there we go. Oh, we've got a bit of a mishap going on there. What's that all about? What is that all about? Oh, we've got a bit of an accident there, but we've sort of fixed it up. Now let's whack a frame on that and see how she looks. There's a bit of glare from the overhead light, but don't worry about that. I'll post a photo of this up as well later on in the group and on my page. There you go. It's not too shabby, eh? It's a moon, a big ass moon in the night sky over a lake or a river. You can even put a lighthouse out there. We've got some just dark sky, okay? And just remember, you can do that. Now I'll come back over here. All right, there we go. I'll have a mouthful of my drink because I'm dying of thirst. Nice work, Ian. Thank you very much, RSJ. RSJ. Do you know what we call RSJs over here? It's those long steel beams that look like a letter I, an I-beam. We call them an RSJ. We'll put a couple of RSJs across the roof. Yep. I don't know if you knew that or not, but it's a building term here we use. Barry Radburn, great picture, Ian. Good night and stay safe. Whacking the frame on it looks awesome. Doesn't it, eh? Not too shabby, no. We've got the Marianne Leach. G'day, Marianne Leach. Love your one I bought, says Marilyn Lynch. G'day, Marilyn Lynch. Yeah, you've bought one painting, or have you bought a few? I'm not quite sure, but you've bought a painting anyway, and they look all right in real life, don't they? A lot of people have told me, wow, it's just so nice in real life, in person. So much different from what you see on camera. All right. I hope you like this little exercise I did here for you. All right. It was pretty simple, beginner's one. And if you do like it, make sure you tell your friends and family, all right? But if you don't like it, you tell everybody, all right? All the best, goodbye, good luck, and good on ya. Okay. Why is this always ready to fall off, the stupid thing? I'll do something about that. And let's make sure there's nothing left there, because that always annoys me when I take a photo. I always get a fingerprint on it. What I'll do is I'll grab a dry brush, so that won't happen this time. Bit there. Nothing worse, I pick it up. 9 times out of 10 I stuff it just because I'll need to take a photo of it. Go in there. Where's that bin? I better quickly just get this paint in there so the palette can dry. I pull this into there just so it can dry. There we go. I've already finished, but I always leave the camera going on me lives. It's a bit of like behind the scene bits, you know. It's just what actually happens when the camera goes off, what I'm doing now. And then, oh, that can go in the water as well. Or did that one get used or not? No, that one's still clean. What was I going to do? Oh, the tape. Let's see if I can do this without damaging it. Okay, because I get ridges of paint on the blackboard there, and I've had to replace it, so I like to just squash them down so when I repaint it black the next day, it hasn't got big ugly ridges of paint under there. That always goes there. There we go. Okay, I better go behind the camera and say it's Uru from the Guru.